Readers of the history, stand with me. Look into my eyes and see. People go away but never say goodbye. Someone stole the moon tonight, took my light. Everything is black and white. Who's the fool who told you boys don't cry? Hours and hours and flowers. Life is no game for the cowards. While the time goes by, every day I'm losing my mind, holding on in this mysterious ride, dancing in the storm. We got nothing to hide. Take me home and leave the world behind. Baby, promise me that never again. I'm still wet from this October rain. October rain. Living in a fantasy, ecstasy, everything is meant to be. We shall pass, but love will never die. Hours and hours and flowers. Life is no game for the cowards. While the time goes wild, every day I'm losing my mind, holding on in this mysterious ride, dancing in the storm. We got nothing to hide. Take me home and leave the world behind. Baby, promise me that never again. I'm still wet from this October rain. October rain. Ooh, ooh, ooh. October rain. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Baby, promise me that never again. I'm still wet from this October rain. October rain. מרגישה אפילו לנשום, אין מקום, אין אותי מיום ליום. כולם ילדים טובים אחד אחד. Bring them back home now.
Alright guys, I'm gonna make this quick. The reason why I reacted to that, if you don't know, that is the original version of Hurricane that Eurovision made. I believe her name is Eden. If I'm wrong, I'll put it on the screen and I apologize. But they made her change some of the lyrics and change the title because they claimed it was too political and too divisive. And it actually, what prompted me to react to the songs, I got a comment in my video that I made about Eurovision. This is a very, very long, unnecessary comment about how, like, you guys are being fooled. She's really playing victim. She had this song and it was super divisive and it was super political and she's really the wrong one. Unbeknownst to this person, because they said that I was uneducated, by the way, that I'm unaware. Unbeknownst to this person, I had already listened to the song and I was like, there is nothing political or divisive about this song unless you just hate the fact that people might have an ounce of empathy for the Israelis who had to suffer on October 7th. That is the only way you would think it is actually divisive. If it makes you as a human being, if it triggers you, the fact that someone dares to have empathy for those who were traumatized and those who've lost loved ones, and the women and children who were brutalized, and celebrated the brutalization of them, was celebrated in the streets by Hamas, that triggers you. If people actually have empathy for that, that's the only way that it would be divisive. There's nothing divisive about that song. There's nothing necessarily political about that song, unless you want it to be political. That's to you as a human being. Again, someone celebrating the life lost, and someone singing about their lived experience and how they feel about the terrorist attack of their country. If to you that's divisive and political, that's a you problem. But the song itself wasn't political, and the song wasn't divisive at all. It was beautiful, and she sung it beautifully. Thank God she was surrounded by those who supported her, so her vocals could really be exposed and expressed, instead of having bigots in the audience booing her the entire time and bullying her the entire time. I also saw the video, and I'll play some clips here. And if you've listened to any of the testimonies of the people, the young people that were there in that music festival on October 7th, especially some of the testimonies about when they were hiding almost in these sort of barricades, these little rooms that they're all huddled in, and how the Hamas terrorists threw grenades and bombs and stuff inside them to try to blow them up and kill them. And if you hear some of their testimonies of how when these explosions went off and they were basically buried under bodies and bodies and bodies of their friends, and blood and guts are spilling all over them, and they can't breathe, and it's dark and they're terrified. If you've actually heard the testimony, if you aren't too bigoted or anti-Semitic, where you can, have empathy for those, even if you don't agree with the way their government is handling the situation. If you've ever listened to their testimonies and you see some of the videos, parts of the videos, it really does resonate. And the reason why I almost cried is when she said, "I'm still wet from the October rain." Now, I don't personally know what her interpretations of those lyrics are, but from listening to the testimonies, "I'm still wet" reminding me of the times where I've heard Israeli people who were there on October 7th at the music festival saying how they were covered in blood of their friends' bodies laying on top of them, and how they're still wet from that blood. That was really, really powerful. I think she should have been allowed to sing her fucking song. Other people were allowed to make statements on that stage. I mean, the ones that were really allowed, they weren't divisive either. It was just calling for peace and stuff like that. People were allowed to wear pro-Palestinian nail polish that has been going around. People were allowed to make statements at the interview. She should have been allowed to sing her song, because that was her lived experience to sing. That was her heart to sing, and she should have been allowed. It was nothing divisive or hateful about that song. And shame on Eurovision for not allowing her to have a voice on that stage when other people were allowed to express themselves. Maybe not on stage, but in the interviews. People are allowed to use their freedom of speech in the protest to bully her outside her residence. She should have been allowed to use her freedom of speech. I mean, this is in America, but still, she should have been allowed to use her voice to speak. You tell women to stand up and be strong and be vocal. And when a young woman attempts to do that, you shut her down and you quiet her up. Shame on Eurovision. Shame on you. That was a beautiful song. I don't really do music reactions on this channel anymore, but sometimes if I think is relevant to a topic that I've talked about, I will do that. But let me know what you guys think of this song. Do you think that it was, oh my God, it was so divisive, it was so hateful, oh, it was so political? Let me know what you think in the comment section below. I think sometimes the pro-Hamas, pro-Palestinian, and anti-Israel protesters get really triggered because they understand the optics and what's going on. They realize that the ugliness and the hatefulness that they have inside is starting to be seen by the public, and that the calmness and the empathy and the compassion for people who just want peace from the other side, whether it's pro-Israel, anti-war, pro-ceasefire, that is starting to rise to the top, and their true nature is starting to be seen by the public. And this is why they're so mad that people are starting to have empathy when they start to hear the testimonies and the stories of the people that have gone through the brutalization on October 7th and are still going through it. And my compassion for the people who were hurt on October 7th has nothing to do with that does not conflict with my compassion for the people who are being brutalized in Gaza, for the women and children who are being killed and wiped out in Gaza, being flattened. That does not interfere with my empathy, because I'm actually an empathetic human being, and not just sort of an indoctrinated cult member who's adopted anti-Semitic beliefs. I'm gonna go, guys. Let me know what you guys think of this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the bell to notifications when you do upload. All of that really does help with the algorithm, guys. And if you'd like to support this channel, please, for the love of God, you can donate. My PayPal and Cash App link is in the comment section below, and you can super thanks. You guys have an amazing, beautiful day. Bye.